I'm very proud of all the work that I do on private equity, and I really want to keep it going. I really want to grow it, which is why I'm trying to get the podcast to come out once a week instead of every other week. And so if you want to help me make that happen, I would be so grateful. In my bio, there's a link tree and it has my Patreon on it. It's $5 a month. You get exclusive content. You find out what deep dives are coming and so much more. I can be so much more unfiltered on the Patreon. So that's there, $5 a month. It really helps support it. We also have a $15 level that gets you a shout out on every podcast. Second thing, also in the bio, I have a buy me a coffee link. So if you don't want to sign on to the Patreon, but you just want to kick me a few bucks to help me keep the podcast going and growing, it would mean the world to me. Third thing, free thing, just follow the podcast. On Apple, you just hit follow. You can follow it on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, or follow me on YouTube. I'm Meredith M. Lynch on YouTube. We just have to grow these channels in order to have a bigger reach to be able to do more. I don't think that I will ever get a network to sponsor the podcast. You can look up the way that private equity has been involved with podcast networks. That pretty much tells you everything you need to know. I picked a topic that a lot of brands don't want to align themselves with because they either are backed by private equity or are considering being backed by private equity. But I have no regrets because private equity, I believe, is one of the most important issues of our time. And I believe that the wealth gap is one of the most important issues of our time. And private equity is feeding the wealth gap and it's destroying the country. And so I would rather talk about that than get a brand deal with a, private equity backed company. I'm looking at you, Dunkin' Donuts. Anyway, if you want to help support, you want to kick your girl a few bones, it helps out a lot. And I'm excited, as a lot of you or some of you might know, I'm taking a exciting next step, and I'm going to be transitioning out of my 9-to-5 job and moving into full-time content creation and writing and some consulting, and I'm really excited about it. And so anyway, if you want to help me out, that's cool. And if not, that's also cool. You can go follow the other stuff. That's just all free. Anyway, tell a friend to tell a friend about private equity.